Hello friends, again welcome to my channel. Now today we are dealing with the another one important staining technique which is acts as an initial technique for the identification bacteria, that is the Gram staining procedure. Now majorly this Gram staining procedure, it is the method of staining which is used for the distinguishing or classifying the bacterial species into the two large groups, that is the Gram positive bacteria and the Gram negative bacteria. Majorly the name of this technique as the Gram staining, it is comes from the inventor of this technique, that is the Danish bacteriologist Hans Christensen Gram, who developed this technique. Now majorly this technique, it is considered to be the starting point for the bacterial identification procedure. As this staining procedure, it is responsible for distinguishing the microorganisms into the two specific groups, that is the Gram positive and Gram negative bacteria. So this technique, it is also known as a differential technique, differential staining procedure which differentiate the bacterial stains into the two different groups. Now majorly the difference in the dye retention is dependent on the such physical properties as the thickness, density, porosity, integrity of the bacterial cell wall as well as its chemical composition. Means as we differentiate the bacterial cell by using this technique into the Gram positive and Gram negative bacteria, majorly their difference it is observed due to the change within their composition of cell wall, due to their change within the physical properties of the cell wall and also the chemical composition of the cell wall of both of these bacterial strains. Now whenever we are considering about the cell wall composition, majorly these Gram positive bacteria, these are possessing a thick, dense, relatively non-porous cell walls, while the another group, that is the Gram negative bacteria, they are having the thin cell walls which are surrounded by an extra membrane which is called as the lipid bilayer, which is considered to be the lipid bilayer. It is the main difference which is observed within the Gram positive and the Gram negative bacteria. Now majorly the thickness of the Gram positive bacterial cell wall, it is due to the presence of a major component within the cell wall, that is the peptidoglycan layer. A high amount of the peptidoglycan layer, it is present within the Gram positive bacteria, and in compared to that within the Gram negative bacteria, very thin layer of the peptidoglycan it is observed within the Gram negative bacteria. Now here within this figure we can observe the changes which are occur within both the Gram positive and the Gram negative bacteria within their cell wall. Now here in case of the Gram positive bacteria, majorly there is the cytoplasmic membrane, and above the cytoplasmic membrane now there is the presence of cell wall. Within that cell wall there is the majorly presence of teichoic acid and a thick peptidoglycan layer. No doubt within the Gram positive bacteria also there is the presence of the lipid component, but these lipids, these are present in very less amount as compared to that of the Gram negative bacteria. So these are the lipoteichoic acid, means the teichoic acid, peptidoglycan layer, these are the major components of the Gram positive bacterial cell walls. In contrast to that, in case of the Gram negative bacteria, now majorly the peptidoglycan layer, it is very much thin, then the outer membrane, it is composed of lipid bilayer. The outer membrane, it is composed of lipid bilayer. A higher amount of the lipopolysaccharide layer, it is observed within the cell wall of Gram negative bacteria. Now here in the simplest way we can observe the changes within the cell wall composition of both Gram positive and the Gram negative bacteria. As within this the cytoplasm, both are having the cytoplasm, both are having the cell membrane, the difference it is within the cell wall. So majorly a green color line which is observed within the Gram positive bacteria, thick green color line, it indicates the peptidoglycan layer. Now within the Gram negative bacteria, no doubt this green line it is observed, but it is very thin, means the amount of the peptidoglycan layer which is present within the Gram negative bacteria, it is very less as compared to that of the Gram positive bacteria. And an extra outer membrane in the form of lipid bilayer, it is also observed within the Gram negative bacteria, which is completely absent in Gram positive bacteria. Now we are switch over to the what are the basic requirements for the Gram staining procedure. Now majorly this Gram staining procedure is a 4-part procedure. Firstly, the specimen, that is the bacterial culture, is mounted and heat fixed onto the slide before proceeding to the staining. Now the different reagent that are required during the staining procedure, it is majorly within these two different stains these are used. The first stain which we are applied on the bacterial smear, it is the crystal violet, so it is also known as the primary stain. The second one, it is the Gram's iodine solution, which is acts as an mordant. We know that majorly the mordant, it is responsible for forming a insoluble complex with the primary stain, and majorly it is responsible for fixing this primary stain onto the bacterial cell. Then the third one, it is the decolorizer. Now the decolorizer which is used within this, it is the 95% ethanol. Now it is responsible for removing the primary stain from the bacterial cells. The next one, it is the safranin, which is acts as a secondary stain or the counter stain, which is used for again coloring the decolorized cells and the water. Now here within this figure you can observe the procedure which is followed for the Gram staining. Now the firstly, after the preparation of the bacterial smear and the heat fixing, majorly firstly we are applying the primary stain onto the bacterial smear, that is the application of crystal violet. It is remain as it is for up to the 1 minute. Then secondly, there is the application of the mordant, that is the Gram's iodine. Now it is remain as it is on the bacterial smear for about 30 seconds. Within this minute, majorly it is responsible for forming an insoluble complex with the crystal violet, and majorly it is fixing onto the Gram positive cell walls, and majorly it is responsible for forming again a complex with the Mg+2 ions, which are preferentially present within the cell walls of the Gram positive bacteria. Now the thirdly, there is the application of the decolorizing agent, that is the 95% ethanol. Now majorly the smear, it is treated with drop by drop with the 95% ethanol till a coloring drop it is come out from the slide. Now within this, majorly here it is the point from which there is the differentiation of the bacterial stains within the Gram positive and the Gram negative bacteria. In this way, during the decolorization, the Gram positive bacteria which are containing the higher level of the peptidoglycan layer, majorly due to the complex formation in between the Gram's iodine and the crystal violet, majorly it is not get removed from the due to the presence of the thick peptidoglycan layer from the Gram positive bacterial cells. In contrast to that, in case of the Gram negative bacteria, as the outer membrane it is the lipid bilayer and there is the less amount of the peptidoglycan, whenever we are applying the 95% ethanol, a pores will be get formed within the bacterial cell walls of Gram negative bacteria, and through that larger pores, majorly there is the removal of the complex which is formed in between the mordant and the crystal violet. So as due to the removal of these insoluble complexes from the bacterial cell, majorly these Gram negative bacterial cells, they become colorless, and as there is the small pores, these are present within the Gram positive bacteria, so there is no removal of the crystal violet from the Gram positive cell walls. So majorly it is a differentiating step in between the Gram positive and the Gram negative bacteria. Now again, after the decolorization, again we are applying a counter stain or the secondary stain to color the decolorized cells, that is there is the application of safranin or the basic fuchsin. Now as the Gram positive bacterial cells, these are always colored with the crystal violet, so these are not get colored. So the decolorized cells, that is the Gram negative cells, majorly these are get colored due to the safranin. Majorly the reaction time for the primary stain and counter stain, it is kept same. Means if you are treating the bacterial smear with the primary stain for the 30 seconds, then also it is treated with the safranin for the 30 seconds. If it is 1 minute, again the counter stain it is also reacted with this bacterial smear for the 1 minute. Means the reaction time it is keep for same for both the counter stain and the primary stain. So after the washing the smear with the water, then we can observe this slide by applying a drop of oil on it under the oil immersion objective. Then we are observing the violet color rods or cocci and a pink colored rods under the microscope. Now here again within this figure we are observing how the differences these are occur, means the procedures these are same up to the application of the ethanol. That is, the firstly we are applying the bacterial smear, then there is the heat fixing, then application of crystal violet, then both of the cells, either these are gram positive or gram negative, both are stained purple in color. Again there is the application of the gram iodine, then again both of these are remain purple. Now after the application of 95% ethanol, now the gram positive bacterial cell, due to the presence of the thick peptidoglycan layer, these are remain purple in color, or violet in color. But the gram negative bacteria, due to the lipid bilayer, as the larger pores these are formed, there is the removal of the primary stain from these and they become colorless. Then after application of the counter stain, that is the safranin, the gram positive cells, as these are remain purple in color, but majorly the gram negative bacteria, they are colored pink in color. So by this way it is an gram staining procedure, which is considered to be the differential staining procedure, on the basis of which we are differentiating the bacterial stain into the gram positive and gram negative bacteria. So if you like this video, please subscribe my channel and also share this video with your friends. Thank you.